Welcome, dear listener. Tonight, I invite you to journey into an ancient tale of love and forgiveness, a story that speaks of grace, redemption, and the kind of love that doesn't ask for anything in return. A love that heals the broken, a love that is as deep and constant as the night sky. This is the story of Hosea, a prophet chosen by God, and his wife Gomer. Their story, though painful and filled with sorrow, is also one of the most beautiful illustrations of God's love for us. So, lie back, close your eyes, and let this story wrap around you like a soft, comforting lullaby. Let it lull you into a peaceful sleep while reminding you of a love that will never fade. In the heart of ancient Israel, where the hills met the endless sky and the wind whispered tales of old, there lived a man named Hosea. He was a prophet, a servant of the Almighty, whose life was dedicated to spreading God's word. But Hosea was more than just a man of faith. He was a man who longed for love, a love that would endure the test of time, a love that would be steadfast and true. One evening, as he prayed in solitude, asking God for guidance, a voice broke through the silence. "Hosea," the voice said, gentle yet commanding. "Go and take for yourself a wife, but not just any woman. Take a wife who is unfaithful, a woman who has wandered far from love, for your life will reflect my love for Israel. They too have strayed, but I will redeem them with a love that will never fail." The command startled Hosea. How could he, a man of faith, take a wife who was known to be unfaithful? But the voice was clear, and so, with a heart full of trust, Hosea obeyed. He journeyed into the bustling streets of the city, where he found Gomer. She was a woman of great beauty, but her heart was lost, torn by her past, wounded by the choices she had made. She had wandered through life, seeking love in all the wrong places, yet never finding peace. Her soul was restless, like a bird caught in a storm, always searching, always yearning for something more. When Hosea saw her, his heart stirred with compassion. He saw beyond her past, beyond her mistakes, and recognized the hidden beauty within her. Without hesitation, he approached her. "Gomer," he said softly, "I will love you no matter what your past holds. I will take you as my wife, and we will build a life together." And so, despite the whispers of the world around them, they were married. Hosea and Gomer, a union of faith and love, brought together by something deeper than the surface. But as time passed, the joy of their union began to fade, replaced by something darker. Gomer, though Hosea loved her with a tenderness she had never known, began to feel the pull of her old life. The memories of her past, the longing for the fleeting pleasures of her former days, began to creep back into her heart. And so, one day, Gomer left. She walked away from Hosea, leaving him heartbroken and confused. He searched for her day after day, but Gomer had vanished into the world she knew so well. Hosea prayed for her, his heart heavy with sorrow. "Why, Lord, does she turn away from the love I have given her? Why does she not see how much I need her?" But the voice of God was patient and kind. "Hosea," God spoke, "go and find her. Love her again, for this is the love I have for Israel. They too have gone astray, chasing after other gods, seeking fulfillment in things that can never satisfy. But I will bring them back. I will love them again." Hosea's heart broke, but he did not give up. He went in search of Gomer, through the streets of the city, through the places where lost souls wandered. He knew that love could not be defeated by betrayal. It was in the darkest corner of the marketplace that Hosea found her. Gomer stood there, her face pale and tired, her spirit broken. She had given herself away to others, to fleeting pleasures, and now she was left with nothing. She was no longer the woman Hosea had married. Time had stolen her youth, her beauty, and her joy. But Hosea did not turn away.
He saw her as he had always seen her, not for her mistakes, but for the person she could be. Gomer, he whispered, reaching out to her, I have come for you. I will not leave you. You are mine, and I will love you again. Tears filled Gomer's eyes as she looked at him. How could he still love her after everything she had done? How could he forgive her so freely? She had betrayed him, left him, and yet here he was, offering her his love once again.
And in that moment, Gomer understood. Hosea's love was not like the love of men. His love was a love that transcended all things, a love that saw beyond her failures, beyond her past, and into the very depths of her soul. It was a love that had never wavered, a love that had waited patiently for her return. With trembling hands, she took his. I am sorry, she whispered. I am so sorry. And Hosea, with a heart full of compassion, whispered back, there is nothing to forgive. My love for you will never end. Hosea and Gomer returned home together, not as they had been before, but as something new. Their love had been tested, but it had survived. It was stronger now, deeper than before. And with each passing day, Gomer learned to trust again. She learned that Hosea's love was not based on her perfection, but on his promise. A promise that nothing would ever change the love he had for her. They rebuilt their life, and in time they were blessed with children, symbols of their love and redemption. Hosea named them with care, giving them names that spoke of hope, of renewal, and of the promise that God's love would never fail. And through it all, Hosea never wavered. His love was constant, steady as the morning sun. And just as it had been with Gomer, so it was with Israel. God's love for his people was the same, patient, kind, and always ready to redeem, no matter how far they had strayed. As you drift deeper into sleep, dear listener, I want you to understand the deeper meaning of Hosea and Gomer's story. This is not just the tale of a man and his wife. This is the story of God's love for all of us. God's love is not conditional. It does not depend on us loving him back. It does not change because of our mistakes or betrayals. No matter how far we wander, how many times we turn away, God's love is constant. It is a love that will chase us, find us, and welcome us back with open arms. Just as Hosea loved Gomer, even when she had betrayed him, so does God love us. His love is not dependent on our actions. It is a love that waits, a love that forgives, and a love that redeems. It is a love that sees beyond our faults and embraces us just as we are. And now, as you lie in your bed, let this truth sink into your heart. You are loved, not because you are perfect, but because you are you. You are loved with a love that will never fade, a love that will never leave you. So, rest now, my dear listener. Let this love fill you like the warm embrace of the night. Let it calm your heart